Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. I want to preface what I'm going to say by saying we have a fun show for you to escape and dive in and laugh and have fun. But sometimes it just gets to me again, and I gotta make a mention of it because when you receive an email from the head of your kid's school saying that counseling will be available and that they are doing everything they can to keep your kids safe because of another school shooting, it hits close to home. And I think that, I could go down the same old road that I always go down. I'm not going to do that. We know now. You know what the deal is. You know how we feel about these shootings. We get a little desensitized to them, but I don't think we should. 4 people, in case you've been living in a box buried in the sand, were killed. 9 others injured in a shooting yesterday at right around the middle or towards the end of when we were taping the show at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. They have identified the people who died, and I just wanted to say something about them because I don't want us to forget that these are human beings, educators and students that, they went to work yesterday, they went to school yesterday, and their families' lives have been ruined forever, really, with this. There's no way of getting around that. Mason Schermerhorn was one of 2 14-year-olds killed. Friends of his mother told the New York Times that he had recently started at Appalachia. He was described as lighthearted. He enjoyed reading, video games, and visiting Walt Disney World. Schermerhorn had an upbeat attitude about everything. Louis Briscoe described the moment he heard of Schermerhorn's death from the boy's mother, commenting, "Nobody should have to go through this type of pain." Man, I couldn't agree with that more. Mm-hmm. Nobody should have to deal with that. Christian Angulo, Lizette Angulo identified herself as the elder sister of the shooting's other 14-year-old victim in a GoFundMe page aimed at raising money for the funeral. God, 14 years old. She said her brother was a very good kid and very sweet and so caring. She went on to say that the boy was loved by many, describing her heartbreak at her loss. Schoolmates remembered him as funny with a chill attitude, and that was according to Fox 5 in Atlanta. One friend who said the two had been close since middle school said he was in denial after hearing about the deadly shooting. This is just not the families of the kids that are killed. This is everybody that's affected. I hope I get the name right. It's either Irami or Irami. Christina Irami was one of 2 teachers killed in the shooting. The 53-year-old is named on the Appalachia High School website as a math teacher. Students described her as patient and caring. And then the final death yesterday, Richard Aspinwall, a second math teacher, 39 years old. He was also killed. He was the school's American football defensive coordinator. This is a BBC report that I'm reading from here. Mm-hmm. He has received tributes from his sporting peers. Nearby Mountain View High School identified Aspinwall as its former teacher and coach, saying thoughts and prayers were with his family. The football coach at the nearby Buford High School wrote on social media that Aspinwall was a hell of a human being who would do anything for anyone. He was an amazing husband, father, teacher, and coach. So those are 4 lives lost. And I just want to say what I heard someone say the other day. It does not have to be this way. We know it doesn't have to be this way.
True.
That's all I wanted to say. Keep those people in your thoughts today. I think that it's the very least I can do. Are we ready to completely turn things upside down?
You mean show-wise? Yes, absolutely.
Hello?
Yes. Well, you were in a...
Did you hear me, Rob? Hi, how are you?
Mike, your mood was a little... Yeah, your tone was a little
I'm
different.
aware of it, Rob. I just didn't know whether there was a delay. There was such a pause there.
No, all is well, Mike. All is well.
Okay, very good. I just didn't know. I thought really that I'd lost the connection. It's time to celebrate a little Americana that we get excited about. I am talking about the beginning. Great night for Mr. Soroka of the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, as his Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And we would not be doing our listeners any kind of service if we did not bring on the finest handicapper in the history of handicapping. This guy was better than the character Ace Rothstein, who was I've seen interviewed recently. Whoever that guy is, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, the bespectacled Nicky Diamond. Nicholas, it is so great. This to me signifies fall. It signifies America.
We're here.
Yes.
We're here,
It signifies the start of fun. I am so excited to have you on the show again. How are you, Nicky? I hope life is good for you this year.
Oh, life is great. Hey, Chiefs fans, Randy Reed, I get what you're feeling right now, the weight of the three-peat, because you're looking at a guy, back-to-back salesperson at the month, Pahrump Auto Valley Plaza, PaHrumpCars.com.
Way to go, dude.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Hey,
can you give
Skinny
them
Mike?
give him a plug one more time? I'm going to look him up on the website.
PaHrumpCars.com. Dodge Dart 2016, $7,900. Looking at you, Skinny Mike. Looking at you. All right.
Now you got
new guy in the building. Look at this guy.
That's Josh.
Nicky, I don't want to put a cast a pall over your very first segment here, but the very first thing that pops up
Yes.
is two words: flood damaged. I don't know why
That's
that is.
That's our new sales marketing. It's flood damage. Yes.
It's really weird. Isn't Pahrump sort of a dry climate?
Hey,
That's what I thought.
not when the ladies are around me. If you know
Stop
what I'm saying.
it.
There
That's
we
no
go.
good.
That's
2
the
months
key.
in a row, salesman of the
Right.
week. That's
I
great.
know. I
Yes.
know that cars can be salvaged due to the many areas of the United States that have flooding. I have never been aware of a dealership that sold specifically, almost exclusively, flood damaged cars.
Collector's items. It's a new thing. It's the new NFT. It's going to be huge. Going to make millions. Yeah.
Is it
You
true?
need-
Is it true that a flood damaged car, the longer you own it, the better it gets because it gets drier?
It's like wine. It's a Dodge Merlot. There you go.
Are any of these cars that you're selling, are they drivable? Any of them?
Absolutely. We got new cars. We got used cars. Maybe I gave you the wrong website. It's okay. It's just, hey, you need new wheels. Nicky's got the best deals.
And another exciting thing about Nicky is that Nicky is diving into his own fantasy football this year, which he's avoided in the past, but he's diving in this year like so many other people, hopping on that Yahoo website and getting involved. I know you don't seem like you're super excited, but why are you shaking your head?
I thought
Right.
before the show, what not to talk about it. That was on the list. So I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. You signed nothing. You signed
Okay.
nothing.
Sorry about
It's
that.
a story of my life. Never signed anything.
I
So-
thought you would be excited about it. I'm sorry. I don't
So
understand.
last night, Yahoo Fantasy League, and I'm killing the draft. New guy, I'm getting all the good players. I'm guys I'm stealing guys. They're coming to me. It's crazy. I couldn't do better. This is the guy I wanted. I got all these guys. And then they give you this draft grade. These what are they? Who are they? They gave me an F. An F, new guy. It's the worst grade. An F.
That's horrible.
They graded your draft?
Yes. And then they wrote this little freaking flowery thing. They said I'm going to go 0-14. That's the worst you can do. Not 2-12, which is still going to be last. 0-14. You know what, Yahoo? You know why? It's because it's your draft rankings. If you go by your draft rankings, they give you an A. Yeah, just do what we say. I had a guy in the league who auto-drafted. He didn't show up. He got an A. So that's
Let me-
full BS.
Let me
What'd you
introduce
say, Josh?
to you two haven't met yet, ladies and gentlemen. Josh
New guy.
Soroka, Nicky Diamond.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I was just saying I have no problem with Yahoo. They gave me a B-.
Oh dear, that's
Yeah,
not a
take
good
that.
start.
You know what? I give you a D+ for your first day with me so far. So maybe try to do better. Okay.
How we started. We
It's
started
okay,
a
new guy. It's
relationship.
okay. The hair's
New
looking
guy.
great. Hair's looking. It's saying something. It's saying something, new guy. What? Who knows? But it's making the statement.
New guy. Nikki, it is so good to see you. I'm happy
It is.
no matter
it's great
what
to
you're
be
doing.
here, yes.
I'm glad you're gainfully employed.
Doing well. Thank
It
you.
appears that you are still enjoying the same living situation you had last year, which I'm happy about.
Absolutely. You know, rest in peace, Edith and Edna. Avalanche accidents with Alps inherited the place. Thank you. Never
Did you
forget.
get the paperwork straightened out on that relationship?
It's all good. Yes, everything's good. I,
Were you ever able to determine the nature of their relationship? Were they just friends?
Very Thelma and Louise. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
It's,
They were boozy, ballsy broads,
right.
weren't they?
I mean, they're 78 years old. Spurlock, what did you think they were doing? Swinging? I don't know. Get your head
78
out of
is the new
gutter.
40, I think.
Yes.
I think.
It is
well,
the new 40s.
I look forward to chatting with you during the NFL season. Everybody's excited. We need it now more than ever. Everybody's
do.
ready. We are
Yes.
ready for the NFL, and I am ready for your weekly report. Lay it on us, Nikki Diamond. I am ready, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll start with, dare I say, the greatest opening game in the history of the National Football League.
I agree.
The two-time defending champs versus the team that was the best team last year. We all know we're the best team. It's the Chiefs and it's the Ravens. Look, the Chiefs, they play their guys in the preseason. They don't fear injury. The Ravens don't. The Ravens got 3 new O-line. They've had Andrews hasn't practiced. Linderbaum hasn't practiced. The Chiefs are out there. They got some shiny new toys. This Worthy, he's a 4.140. He's faster than the Dodge Dart. I'm going to sell you later, Mike. He's incredible. I think the Ravens, they got a new defensive coordinator. Everything says they're going to start a little slow. Chiefs come out firing. Chiefs -3. They win by 10 tonight. Sorry, new guy. Ravens go down 0-1. It's a long
New
season.
guy.
Get
I
back
like
your
that for the
senses.
whole season. New guy.
Yeah.
I do.
Always new to me. Yes. Let's go to tomorrow night, a Friday game. What are we doing, NFL? They're in San Juan, San Pablo, Sao Paulo, Antonio.
Sao Paulo,
Brazil.
yes, yes,
Sao
yes.
Paulo.
South
Why are
of
they
here.
Yes. Why are they there?
Why?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. They say they want to grow the game. It's not big enough. Really? When is enough? It's on
I
70
agree.
channels. Brazil doesn't know about our game yet. We've known about soccer for 50 years, and it's a horrible sport. So how do they not know about football? Sorry, soccer fans. Anyway, relax. It's just a bit on our show. All right. So
Grow the game, Nikki. Come on.
Eagles, Packers. Look, Packers -2.5, +2.5. The underdog. This is a toss-up game. When in doubt, take the underdog. It's a weird situation. They're flying 10 hours. Let's go, Pack, go. Let's stay with the primetime games. Sunday night football. Jared Goff, Detroit Lions hosting the LA Rams.
Almost slipped there.
Goff almost slipped there.
huh?
Hey, it's early in Pahrump. Still upset about that Yahoo F grade 0-14. The diamond in the muff will not go 0-14. Anyway,
Okay, got it. All right.
Jared Goff 7-0 against the spread in week 1. What's this week? It's week 1, baby. We're taking Jared Goff -3.5, and we're taking the over. It's going to be a shootout. Give me a little 35-30 action. 35-27,
There you go.
51.5. And now Monday nights. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Last year, they said, hey, let's put you on Monday night. It's your debut with the Jets. And he said, what could go wrong? And then 4 plays later, he said, ouch. And a lot went wrong. And they said, you know what? Let's do it again to you. Let's make you do the exact same thing. Except this time, you're at San Francisco. Where they want to know. They only have Nick Bosa and an incredible pass rush. What are they trying to do to this guy? Well,
Yeah,
I
I
say
agree.
the Niners, they've had a guys out. Trent Williams. They've had Ayuk just signed. They're a little like the Ravens, slow to get out of the gate. The Jets are getting 4.5. They may not win, but they're going to keep it close. Rodgers and the Jets are having a big year. Big year.
Covering.
They're covering. New guy. Yes. Sorry about the Ravens, but it's a good news, bad news situation, new guy. 'Cause they're going to start slow, and the Chiefs are going to come out flying. But as we get into December and January, the weight of that 3 in a row, it's going to start feeling it. It's at 3 years in a row. No one's ever done it. No one's ever done it.
No
7 have tried.
No one. Yes.
So come February in the Super Bowl, it's new guys, Baltimore Ravens versus the Green Bay Packers with new guy. Welcome to the show. You're a winner, baby, for the first time in your life. Ravens defeat the Packers. Light them up. You are now in the new Yahoo. You can suck my. Cut it off right there. Okay.
Oh, yes. Cut it off. Yes. Goodbye. Thank you, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki.
Thank you.
So
God
long.
bless. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
From
so
Bye-bye.
cars.com.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hit
yeah.
the button. There you go.
So,
Oh,
Nikki
my God.
Diamond Mike, brought to us by MyBookie. Go to mybookie.ag. Use promo code Mike O'Mara. No spaces, no apostrophe. MyBookie, light him up. But that's the first time he's ever done a Super Bowl prediction
I usually
before the first game of the
I
season.
expect the final game, not a Super Bowl prediction. That was very, very exciting. What are your thoughts, Josh Soroka? What do you
New
think
guy.
about that?
It sounds about right. The only thing he didn't take into
You are
account is
so
that the
unflappable. You are the most unflappable of flappables. That's for sure. Absolutely. I have to ask you because this game, look. I know what section do you have at the Ravens games? I'm curious, Mr. Baltimore.
I'm not I haven't been as excited for football season because baseball season's been so much fun this year.
Okay, I get
So
it.
it's kind of sneaking up on me where I haven't watched any of the preseason games.
Okay, all right. So I get it. I totally understand
and
that.
there's
But
no-
you're into it. I mean, you're into it when
Oh,
the
I-
Ravens are playing.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'll throw on a jersey.
A whole
tonight.
uniform. That'll
I'll
be
throw on
good.
a jersey tonight and watch the game.
I'll help you with your pads. Now, are the Ravens playing any games this year in Memorial Stadium? Any throwback games?
That has been torn down.
Oh, okay. So they
So
won't
it
be
is
doing
no longer
anything in
there.
Camden Yards?
No.
That's the
because you
baseball
could maybe
stadium, right?
you could
Yeah.
use your 336. You could use your section if they played there. So-
I have
Well,
a
I mean,
question. I have a
It's right
question.
next to, so I could tailgate there. Sure.
that's good.
We're going to be doing some a pre-show meeting right here on live on the air because I have no idea. Are we doing? We're doing picks this year, correct? We are.
Yes.
doing our picks. Are we
Yeah.
going to do that with the? I mean, are we going to get the whole football thing out of the way at the beginning of the show, or are we?
yeah,
waiting?
Nicky was supposed to stick around, but I think I don't want to use the phrase "shot" as but he was done.
Well, that
So
might
he
have been
left.
me saying "hang up on him." That might have been me.
Well,
me
that's
doing
fine.
that. That's okay. I like Nicky
It is.
being Nicky. I like that, Rob. You're the one that said, "Do you want to stick around?" But you're a friendly guy. You're a very friendly
Well,
guy.
also,
so
I like
understand
to
that.
get his review on how we've done because he's done that
I
in the
understand.
past too.
I understand. But I thought he had a time constraint and had to get to the dealership. So
It's fine.
probably
Well, I
not.
mean-
It's super early out there. So we are going to do
but
our
yes.
picks right now. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna pick. We're gonna each pick the three same games,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pick our team, win or lose.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So you got those all in front of you. I have not seen
Yep.
any advance notice of this. We have our football music in the background. And are we going to go in any particular order here, the way we do this? Because this is brand new for me. I haven't done this yet. So how is this going to work since we haven't rehearsed?
So
it?
we'll go game by game.
Okay.
So
All right.
we'll go first game. So the first game up, I picked 3 games for Sunday, 1 p.m. games, random
Okay.
games. Panthers at Saints, 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh, boy. Do you want me to go first?
Sure. If
All
you're
right.
prepared.
Based on my limited knowledge of the Saints, but knowing that they usually put a better product on the field than the Panthers, and the Panthers have had their troubles getting rid of Brian Burns, sending him to my beloved New York Giants, I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints for this game. Rob Spiewak.
I know it's boring, but I have to concur with Mike because of the home field advantage and the exciting fan base
Look
at
that.
New Orleans.
He's got more prep than I do. He's got the home field. He's got a screen. He's done some. I don't know.
I
Yes.
just said. I
He
just
said
it
they're
was
playing.
Panthers at Saints.
You don't have any information in front of you?
No, Mike,
All
I
right.
don't.
I was just checking. I don't know. This is new. Let's go to the next game.
You're the
damn
one
it.
that brought up Brian Burrows.
Burns.
Burns.
Who's Brian Burrows?
I went to high school with him.
Brian Butterfield.
This is the game. That's all.
New Orleans Saints. The Saints will prevail over the Florida Panthers.
That's all.
32 to 22. Go ahead, Josh. Thank you.
All right. I've got
All
the
right.
Patriots at the Bengals. So Bengals home crowd, Mike.
Now, speaking of Burrow, is Joe Burrow? Is he going to be starting for this week? Do we know?
I believe so.
Okay, then I'm going to
But
go
like
with the
I
Bengals.
said, football season's catching up on me.
Okay, yeah, I know, and I'm not. I promise you. So I picked the Saints. Rob has picked the Saints. I will pick the Bengals to prevail in this.
I do not like them New England Patriots because they had it so easy for so long with Mr. Brady, and they've got that cheating coach. However, he does tend to coach rather well. So I will go with the Patriots.
I'm proud of you. I think you are cobbling this together in a beautiful, everyman way.
Well,
I love
I'm wondering what cheating coach.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
He's not.
And
the
I would
coach
have gotten
anymore.
it without. He's not the coach.
He's
Well,
not
they
the
had
coach
him
anymore.
They had him.
Yes.
They did for a while.
That
and I
doesn't
bet
matter.
their
You
new coach.
kind of indicated that you were picking them to win
Mike,
because he was the coach. Though.
Mike,
that-
more
he was
than
gonna-
kind of. I had no idea the man was gone, but I will say this: he left behind a legacy of dishonesty. And the sweatshirts. Come on.
Next
All
game,
right.
please.
Jaguars at Dolphins. We got a Florida game for you.
I heard Dolphins. What's the other team?
Jaguars.
That's right, the Jaguars.
All right. Look, the Miami Dolphins are one of the top teams in the NFL. They are they're a team that's doing very, very well. And and the Jags, look, they had a decent season. This is going to be the toughest one for me to pick. It's a toss up. I'm looking at it. I live in Florida, so both teams are near and dear to my heart. But I think I'm closer to Miami, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Well, just based on pronunciation alone, I have to go with Jaguars.
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 Do you like their quarterback, the Jags?
Oh, he's excellent. What happens, Mike?
Trevor Noah is
No, Mike. That's a television host.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Trevor Lawrence. Yes.
See, what happens is the quarterback, the center, snaps him the ball.
All right, thank
and
you. Let's
that's
move
when
on.
the play starts.
Now it's time for our teams, right?
All right, so it's your team. So, Mike, you've got the Sunday, you've got the Vikings at the Giants. 1 p.m.
Vikings.
home game.
I like Vikings. That's my favorite non-consonant. The Vikings. Listen, I could lie.
Listen.
I could lie, and I could tell you that that I compartmentalize my emotions and I don't get upset. If the New York Giants do not prevail against the Minnesota Vikings, I am going to be upset. Like all of Giants Nation is going to be upset because the fact is we didn't go out and get a quarterback. We stayed with the guy that brung us, which was, and he brung us into oblivion. As far as Daniel Jones is concerned, I don't know. I just so badly. I know
What
it's
if they
just
played with DeVito?
Tommy DeVito.
Could they bring him back? I liked him.
He's the third string quarterback. There's Drew
could
Lock
happen,
behind
yeah.
Daniel Jones. My heart goes with this. Will be my first solely emotional heartstring pick. I am
Monday's going to suck on this show.
I am going with the New York Giants for this one. I won't do it for the rest of the season.
Okay.
I'll base it solely on what I expect. And if they hurt me enough this season, I could run the table with negative picks on the New York Giants. But for this opening week, when hope springs eternal, thinking maybe something happened, maybe Daniel Jones grew a set in the offseason, I'm going to go with my Giants over.
No, I think it's always important on week 1 to choose your own team.
I think you're absolutely right. That's why you're picking the Ravens beating the Chiefs, correct?
I am.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. I'm going with the Giants over the Vikings. And now, Rob Spiewak, you have who are your Commanders playing this week?
They are playing the Buccaneers.
You are correct. 4:25 on Sunday.
And I know two things about the Redskins, the Commanders, Redskins, Washington football team.
Jeez.
One, they have never, ever been able to fix their special teams. Not in my lifetime have they been able to fix their special teams. Two, what? Nay?
I'm just saying nay.
I love it. I
right.
love Nay.
Yield.
You know my wife?
Nay.
Carrie Spiewak, Nay Harrell. That's my wife. But the
Nay
thing
Harrell.
is, they...
Are they going to change the name? Are they going to change the name again?
Yes.
Do you think?
I
Yes.
do. I think so.
I think
because
Josh
it's a good
says
way
yes.
to move
You have
merchandise.
this. Do you have any information on this?
No more information than they're doing research and evaluations and all
Okay.
the stuff that leans towards. I just hope you saw they changed the stadium name. Have we talked about that?
We did.
briefly.
It's no longer FedEx Field. It is. Let me see if I remember it. Hold on. Krispy Kreme Stadium.
No, Mike,
That
it's
would-
Northwest Orient Airlines Stadium.
Northwest or
But it's Northwest Credit Union. But they've shortened
Northwest
it-
Credit Union.
They've shortened it to Northwest Stadium.
I'm going to play a
Which is
game with
fun.
Rob right now before he makes his pick. You can
All
play
right.
too, Josh. All right. Naming stadiums after things we like. All right. I'll start. the Iguana Mia Field.
Jerry Lewis Stadium.
He wins.
Hey, lady!
with the telethon animation on the side of the stadium, you win. That's good. Go ahead, John.
There is anger over the new stadium name because the stadium is neither north or west.
That's
Washington,
dumb.
D.C.
Who cares? It's
So
just the
people
people
get
that
upset.
pay the most money. I say people, if
Yes.
they're worried about that, worry about your team's record. That's what's really important.
I
ladies
liked
and
when it
gentlemen.
was first open and it was Jack Kent Cooke Stadium.
That was nice. I liked it when
liked
they used
that.
to name
Yeah.
stadiums after people. Or
Joe
or,
Robbie.
Or how about just Brave Heroes, Soldier Field in Chicago?
Yes, yeah.
Spectacular. Memorial Stadium.
Mr. Comiskey, whatever he was.
Johnny Fenway.
John Fenway.
Wrigley Gum.
Well, he made a lot of money.
Yes, he did. Yes,
He did.
Absolutely.
So the Commanders' special teams are going to be screwed up, and also they always
why are they
going
to be screwed up?
Because they've never been able to correct special teams in the past 10 years.
Okay.
If it's a return, if it's a missed field goal, it's something. All right.
Okay. All right,
Stupid
very good.
mistakes.
I like that.
And also, the Commanders tend to win the games they shouldn't win, and they tend to blow the games that they should win. All signs point to them losing this weekend. So I say Commanders win,
All right.
but
Okay.
not by much. But not by
Okay.
much. It'll be a tight
Very
game.
good. And that's it, right? Those are our picks. That's what we
That's
got.
our
Write
picks.
them down. Are you going to keep a record of these, Josh, so we know next
I've got
week what our record
I've got
is?
a spreadsheet right here all filled out. and
Is there a
then,
prize? at
Yeah,
the
we
end of
want to
it?
know.
Okay,
Is there
total
any
next
kind
week.
of prize at the end of the season?
Well, considering we just figured out how we're going to put this together, we haven't figured out the prize yet.
I would like a mug when I win.
Want one of these?
We'll see if there's any left at the end of the season.
Yes, Mike, one of those. That's a
I
camp
am
mug.
mainlining the coffee today. I mean, mainlining it. And I
Are
made it
you-
a little weaker than I should. I put a little extra water in last night and put it on automatic to be brewing at 5 a.m. And I'm here saying
Times,
it
Mike,
needs
is
a-
that because times are tight?
He's got to thin out his coffee.
we're stretching it.
Yeah, put some more water in the soup. We got
When I
company
think
coming.
of coffee, and Mrs. O'Mara is more of a coffee snob than I am when it comes to the
Right.
concept of fresh ground and fresh brewed. I believe that if you have a half a carafe, you can easily reheat that the next day. Why are you laughing? Why are you chuckling?
I like
at
the
that?
notion of half a carafe. It sounds
But I
like
mean,
a slogan.
well, I'd like to
And
know
you
where you
can't
line
reheat
up on this.
coffee, Mike.
You're not a big coffee guy, but I mean,
No, but I come
What do you
from
mean you
coffee
can't
people.
reheat coffee?
You shouldn't reheat coffee. It's no good. I mean, if you taste coffee that's fresh versus coffee that's 2 hours old, blah. It's horrible. It gets too acidic and wrong. It's no good.
I base my coffee staying power on the movie No Country for Old Men.
See, that's a
When-
flawed notion.
When Tommy Lee Jones visits his
Yes.
father, I think it's his father, right? The old guy's like, "You want a cup of coffee?" You know that guy that's
Yeah.
got that Texas accent right
Yep.
there, and he goes in and he said, "You want a fresh cup? Is it fresh? I brew. It's been around for a couple of days or something like that." And then I have what? Now hold on, you don't drink enough coffee to know. I reheat coffee, and it's perfectly fine if it's hot enough. If you heat it up, it's
America will bear me out on this, folks.
great.
Don't
I think you're
reheat
throwing money
coffee.
away when you throw that.
Well, I
away.
don't drink coffee. You're throwing money away every time you go to Starbucks. You might as well be pissing out a roll of quarters.
Guess what, Mr. Man? I don't go to Starbucks anymore. I make my own.
When's the last time you
every
went
day.
to Starbucks?
2 months ago, maybe 3
All right,
months
yeah,
ago.
then you know
maybe.
what? I stand corrected and I applaud you.
Or is that one cup of Starbucks you keep thinning out and reheating?
That I have it right there. No, I think that I love fresh brewed. Don't get me wrong, but I think
Right.
one day the real coffee people would tell you probably that you can reheat the coffee and it'll be fun. I am not. God, I wish Nick was here. If Nick Cho was on the show, he's Mr. Coffee with his coffee business. and he
No,
would be
Joe
able to-
DiMaggio is Mr. Coffee, Mike. You're
I'm talking
spreading
about
rumors.
knowing coffee products. He had
okay.
he's a barista. He owned a coffee company, and he knows about these things before he became a sensation.
I
on
know who would
YouTube.
also know. You know who would know about this? Joe Coffee, the guy who invented coffee.
You know, I was watching. Speaking of online influencing,
Yeah.
I saw some sort of warning. It might have even been through my kid's school that there was a warning about peer group pressure and expensive fragrances. And you all know, right? I've discussed the fact that my
Yes.
kid is on a cologne kick.
Yeah.
And really, we've spent too much on him with colognes. But I mean, I filed that squarely under a lot worse could be going on with his little, if it's his little thing that he wants to smell good,
go
and that's
through
what
it,
all
yeah.
the kids are doing, right? Do you
Yeah.
remember any trends when Robert or Julia were young where all the kids were doing it, and so he
Robert
wanted to
was-
get involved?
Robert and his friends did a thing, and I didn't see it really mainstream until the show on Apple Plus. What was it with Jason Sudeikis?
Only Murders in the Building.
Not that the soccer show.
With Ted
Lasso?
Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Robert notched his eyebrow, where he shaved a little notch in his eyebrow, like Jamie
Okay.
Tart did.
Yeah,
and
right.
I finally called him on it. He said, "I made a mistake shaving," and I said, "How in the world do you make a mistake shaving and notch your eyebrow?" So that was a trend.
Did
for
you
a
look
while.
at him like Mommy Dearest? And
I
say,
did.
That's a lie.
But so that was a trend. But he was going currently through a cologne trend. And remember also, after he was crying poor mouth to get some money for his, I think it was homecoming, he went out and bought a Gucci belt. So that was a thing that he.
So
wanted.
he didn't,
Julia,
but I mean, he didn't go through. I mean, my kid's obsessed with this,
I-
or he was. What
think
about
Julia
yours?
was too cool to ever do anything like that. She was
Okay.
always on her own. But Josh,
I think it's stronger than ever with these kids now because of YouTube.
yeah,
And these TikTok trends that it's suddenly social media and stuff is influencing the kids just through YouTube
Okay.
and these influencers.
yeah, Robert
well, there
wears
was
a lot
warning.
of cologne now. He wears cologne now.
There was a warning issued about beware of these. I'm not sure exactly. I'm a good father. I really
Yes,
paid
you're great.
attention to what they were saying. I really didn't. Sorry. I just certain things I put in the concerned list, and other things I don't. I just it was just interesting, and I like the fact that if I want to smell good, if I'm going out on a date with my wife, I roll into his room now and spritz on one of his good ones.
As a
Scott.
rule, in the past, 11-year-olds, they smelled, but not like cologne. So I think this is one in the positive column. And you are a legendary, excellent cologne wearer.
I have worn cologne for a long, long time. I don't do it regularly because my main activity outside of the studio is going out on the golf course, and I always find it a little silly when you're going out to sweat in 98-degree weather to pour cologne all over yourself. But I do like it, and I've only got two that I really use. One Mrs. O'Mara likes and one that I like, and that's it. But this kid's a little obsessed with it. I just never picked it as something to be really that concerned about. Josh,
Since you
are
do
you
get
concerned?
play-
Are you concerned about it at all with your little guy?
That topic has not came up yet.
Oh, good.
Not come up.
All
right.
I get all the slang and the Fortnite and the
Skibbity.
everyone wants a game. A lot of
A skibbity toilet, Mike.
Sigma.
And every kid, everything's Sigma, and every kid wants a gaming computer right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are the
okay.
trends I'm hearing.
Okay, because I got that this week. I got
it's-
that, and he laid it on me. He said, "Dad, you should get a gaming computer."
Oh, on you, of
because-
course.
Yeah, on
No,
me.
because
That's the way it
it's
should be.
because he would be better at Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever it is if he had a gaming computer.
Yeah, because he can take it anywhere, and they all want the same thing.
They all want the same thing. I
little
coached
brains.
11-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and they all want the same thing.
And it builds on each
same.
other. Yeah.
It's fun.
Mike, if you don't want to sweat through your cologne golfing, would it make sense? I don't know, because I'm not a real big golfer and you like
Right.
cologne. What if you put cologne on your balls?
Thank you, Rob. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the roundtable coming up.
Do we? Are we- that ended it?
Interesting topics of the day. You want to enjoy playing in the heat by spraying some cologne on your balls. There you go. And they'll smell magnificent right
Like
before
the
you.
Titleist wiped off.
Yes. Right before you hit them as hard as you can.
Oh.
Yes, we could go on. We could go on for hours and hours, ladies and gentlemen. Don't call me auto dealership that I used 10 years ago. I don't want to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you all very, very much. Hey, it must be getting close to 9 a.m. Hey, Friday, I haven't sold anything. Hey, listen up. One of the biggest challenges to eating better is that so many better for you products taste bad? Well, there's a brand that has cracked the code, ladies and gentlemen. They have cracked the code on providing real nutrition that also tastes incredible. I love Orgain. Rob is holding it up. Josh is holding it up. I am holding it up. And you give a little
How about a
shake?
sip, Mike? Cheers, and here's to you. I normally drink
by
it
the way,
before the show.
The little screw-off caps that also open the product without having a seal there, I love that. That's wonderful.
This stuff tastes like a chocolate milkshake. So good. And you get your protein.
It's
how do you beat
and
it?
Rob, it really, you are a chocolate milk fan, correct?
Yeah. Oh, Mike, before I had Orgain, all I drank was chocolate milk.
I'm looking
Like
at this right
cereal?
now. 30 grams of protein. I can't stop drinking it when I start.
Yeah.
160
And 11
calories,
ounces.
1 gram of only 1 gram of sugar, no artificial sweeteners or flavors. Their protein shakes are an excellent source of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids. And look at that, 30. Look, for anybody that's done a protein diet as I have,
Yes.
30 grams is just a record setter. It's fantastic, and I love it.
And if you're busy in the morning, as I am, prepping the show and all that stuff, I grab one. I don't normally drink it during the show. I drink it before, but you grab one out of the fridge, and it can replace your coffee, Mike. It's
Yeah.
like it's your beverage in the morning. I love it.
You can actually, I don't know if they want me to say this, but you can put it in coffee too. You get yourself a little chocolate
Well, I
espresso.
drink it I drink it out of a coffee cup. That's my
It provides
pretend.
muscle support, recovery, helps manage hunger, promotes healthy weight management. Orgain is convenient, real nutrition with only 1 gram of sugar, as I mentioned before, no soy ingredients or artificial flavors or sweeteners, 30 grams of protein, and it tastes amazing. Orgain 30-gram protein shakes are available at Costco and Orgain.com. If you want to get in on the delicious protein-packed nutrition today, head to Orgain.com. Put the code in /TMOS and use code TMOS for 20% off your order. Remember, that's ORGAIN.com/TMOS for 20% off. And make sure you use our promo code TMOS so they know that we sent you. Hit the music, Rob Spiewak.
Love it.
Truly dig that. Let's start with the round today, ladies and gentlemen. We begin with, this is a divided country, and
What?
apparently,
I disagree.
Even Alexa is taking sides, or at least she was. Earlier this week, she got, God, why are we all flemming up today? Yeah. Earlier
Football
this
season.
week, she got caught shilling for Vice President Kamala Harris. When people asked Alexa, well, now I'm sure I'm triggering things by doing this.
No,
People are
Mike, you would
listening
only
right
trigger it if you said something like,
Stop.
Hey,
Don't
Alexa.
do it. Don't do it. Don't.
go to full volume.
Stop it. When people asked Alexa why they should vote for Harris, she would gush. In one example, she said Harris was, quote, a strong candidate with a proven track record of accomplishment. Alexa also noted that Harris had broken down a major gender barrier and that she had a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country. But when Alexa was asked for reasons to vote for Donald Trump, she said, and this is a quote, I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or specific candidate.
Wow.
That really happened. On the flip side, when someone asked why they shouldn't vote for Trump, Alexa started listing reasons, including Trump's, quote, comments about women and minorities. But when they asked for reasons not to vote for Kamala, Alexa, quote, wrote, said, I cannot provide content that insults another human being. That's just so
And
hinky,
they tried.
isn't
They
it?
tried to say it was a code-in mistake,
Yeah, I'm sure.
which clearly means we didn't think we'd get caught.
Yeah.
When
And
videos,
also,
yes.
who are the people that are asking Alexa how to vote?
Yeah, that's true. When videos of this chaos started going viral, Amazon issued a statement saying, quote, this was an error that was quickly fixed. Now, they did quickly fix it, but of course, the right-wing news outlets are going, I would say, conservatively, bat-S. They're going bat-S because they are latching, because a guy like Jesse Waters is going to latch on to whatever he can get. And this is, a huge platform.
Well,
and this
and I
feeds
think-
that,
And I think after all the stuff that came out after the last election and Zuckerberg apologizing for hiding stuff last time, conservatives are a little sensitive.
Yeah. And Mike, I'm judging from the weight of people asking an electronic device how to vote. 12% were undecided.
By the way, I let Josh have his say too. I mean, I think that that's what it's all about. I don't agree with him, but I mean, I let him have his say there because I
Right.
think that's what makes the world go round. I want desperately to get to a place where we can get by all this crap. Don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm confident it is. I think eventually we're going to have these discussions, and it's not going to be the way it is. I have my reasons for saying that would be inflammatory if I told you what I thought.
I use
think-
Alexa, and Alexa said that I shouldn't reheat my coffee. So
Well, you know what? We'll have to do a big deep dive on that. I'd be more
And
than
I
willing
think
to go there.
If you're asking Alexa who to vote for, you should not be allowed to vote.
We
Keep
might all
dumb people
agree on
away.
that one. I think that's a very
True.
good point. All right, so listen, folks. When you get to my advanced age, there are a lot of things that remind you just how. Thank you, Rob. There are a lot of things that remind you just how old you are. The perception of time is pretty whacked. I can say that more than anybody on this show because
You're right, though.
I've been around the longest. It has already been 50 years since 1974, which kind of blows me out of the water. That was a pretty busy year for movies, too. I have a list, and I'm giving you every one of them.
Okay.
21 films. I'll give you 20 that
Okay.
turned 50 this year in chronological order by the release date.
Oh, so you're like starting at January and moving through the year. Okay.
Yeah, February 2nd, The Street Fighter. Don't even remember that one. I don't know how big a movie
That was a Bruce Lee movie, wasn't it?
Maybe it was. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Blazing Saddles, February 7th, 1974.
Wow.
The Great Gatsby. Foxy
So
Brown.
Foxy Brown, 50 years old. Wow.
The Conversation. Was that a Hackman movie? I think it was. Gene Hackman.
I think it was a
don't
foreign movie.
The Parallax. No, I don't think it was a foreign movie. Was it? Somebody
Well, it
look at-
depends
Josh,
what
look
it
up The
depends what
Conversation.
language they were speaking in the conversation.
The Parallax View. All right, here's a note to
Okay.
all you baby broadcasters. If you're a show that gets a lot of crap for providing lists, make sure your lists are fabulous, not like this.
The Conversation is Gene Hackman, directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Thank
Oh,
you.
excellent, Mike. Very well done.
Chinatown, Jack Nicholson.
Now, I have to ask
Fantastic.
a question of Josh, since Josh is the youngest of us. Josh, have you ever seen
One.
the movie Chinatown?
No, I've seen one of the movies listed so
Blazing
far.
Saddles, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You know what? A lot of these are groundbreaking, fine films, but you really owe it to yourself to watch Chinatown. It's such a fine film. An
Death
exciting
Wish
film.
was July.
Bronson, yeah.
Summertime. Charles Bronson. The Longest Yard. You ever watch The Longest? And jump in, Josh, if you watched it.
I saw
All
the
right?
remake.
The remake,
I didn't see
okay.
the original.
Does not count. Doesn't
Another
count.
one that was a remake, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Better version
Oh.
than the Denzel one. Much better version.
It is so good. That's another one you should make yourself watch, Josh.
Here's
That's a tip.
iconic, classic horror. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was back in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
Phantom of the Paradise. What?
Okay,
What is
Phantom
that?
of the Paradise was it was sort of a clicky movie. It had its niche audience, and I think it was Paul
What's
Williams.
that mean?
I mean, it wasn't really embraced.
Did you
at the
watch it?
time.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
What's it about?
It's a monster movie. I think Paul Williams is haunting a theater, and it
Like
has
the little guy, Paul Williams?
Yeah, and yeah, from Smokey and the Bandit.
Wow. And Bugsy Malone.
I think.
Was he in Bugsy? Was Paul Williams in Bugsy
No,
Malone?
not in Bugsy Malone because he was too old, but he did the score.
Would you like to see a little bit of this movie?
Of
Yeah.
The Phantom of the Paradise?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, lay it on us. Let's take a peek.
Oh, it's on Blu-ray now.
20th Century Fox presents Phantom of the Paradise, a gothic horror story.
What was that?
A beautiful love story.
There's Paul Williams.
Told you.
A cinematic odyssey through the rock universe. From Greece to glitter
Were they just flipping off the camera?
Maybe.
and beyond.
That's every bit 70s, isn't it? I've seen
don't
enough.
know.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I think that the score was quite popular. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Lenny, also from 1974. the Lenny Bruce story.
I thought it was about the guy from Laverne and Shirley.
A Woman Under the Influence. I don't know these movies. I'm so sorry. I mean,
Well,
do you know,
some of these are. I don't know. A Woman Under the Influence.
This is your cup of tea. Next one, Murder on the Orient Express.
Great film. That's Albert Finney as Poirot, right?
Yeah, I don't like it when they give you 50-year-old movies, and to make the list long, they shoehorn shit movies on there. Okay,
Phantom of the Paradise.
Space is the Place. Do you have any memory of that?
No, I thought wasn't that. It's a True Value jingle, isn't it?
Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I know that one.
Okay,
The
very
Godfather
good.
Part 2 was 1974.
God,
Legendary.
and this is 1 year. People had to be living at the movies.
Young Frankenstein was
Hold
1974.
it. Mel did Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles in 1 year.
In 1 year. Yes, they were released in
Good
the same year.
Lord.
And then The Towering Inferno was in December.
That's
Christmas
a
release
fun
for
movie.
that.
I like
Wow,
that.
that's it.
And
So, yeah, big
that
year.
Phantom movie, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See? People
You
love it.
You love the Rotten Tomatoes. I know
Well,
that.
I think it puts it in context of what people really think of a movie that doesn't look like anything great.
And a cult classic. When I see those 70s pictures,
Yeah.
it
Pictures?
always looks like they smell. It always looks like the people smell.
Well, the
in those
theater
either.
would have smelled. And
Right,
Mike,
they always look
what's
greasy and sweaty.
the takeaway I had from Towering Inferno, and I watched it a little while ago, is that Paul Newman is a lousy architect.
Rob Speed. Speaking of nostalgic music, Queen guitarist Brian May shared that he recently suffered a minor stroke, but not to fear. He's doing okay, and he can still play. Brian says, quote, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I didn't have any control over my left arm, so it's a little scary, I have to say. He's on restrictions for now while he recovers. He's not allowed to drive, get on a plane, or do anything that will elevate his heart rate. And before you send Brian well wishes, don't. He says he doesn't want sympathy from fans. Quote, please don't do that because it'll clutter up my inbox, and I hate that. So it sounds like he's
All right.
he's doing
They-
okay, Mr.
Did
May.
you see the X-rays that they did of him after the stroke? I
No, I
saw the
didn't.
doctor reacting, and he was reading the X-rays. He said, "I see a little silhouette of a man's got a moosh. Can you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and
I
lightning."
direct you to Mr. Soroka, who did not only did he not
Did we
laugh at
lose
that,
him?
there was very little reaction whatsoever.
No, I just started
it
writing
was-
notes.
like have that man committed.
I moved on.
Absolutely frightening me.
Okay, congratulations, you know the lyrics to
Well,
a
Mike,
song that everybody knows the lyrics to.
Not Josh.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Got a moosh, can you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very, what is it?
Thunderbolts and
Frightening.
lightning.
Very,
Absolutely
very
frightening
frightening.
me. Galileo.
Oh, Galileo, sorry. Anyway, I don't know the lyrics. Hey, everybody.
It was in Phantom of
Jesus.
the
Let me
Paradise.
see if I thank you. It is time for the NFL. It starts tonight. The regular season starts with the Chiefs battling the Ravens. If we haven't promoted it enough already, they really need our help. Thursday night football tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say, for the record, right here on this platform now,
Yeah.
the New York Giants will not be going to the Super Bowl this year. There.
Counterpoint. I predict here that the New York Giants will win the Super Bowl.
I'm all covered with liquid.
And, Mike, the NFC will win the Pro Bowl. Handily.
I will be watching this weekend as they play the Vikings. If the Giants beat the Vikings, I could
Vikings.
amend my statement on Monday.
You
on
are the
Monday's
biggest.
show.
You're quite an amender.
I am.
You will be fluid
Right.
throughout the season.
We've had a lot of talk for parents today. We really have, and I have to share this with you as much as I don't want to. But it is a warning, and there is nothing funny about it, but it freaks me out. So I had
All
to
right.
share it. A report on adolescent sexual health has highlighted what its authors call an alarming decline in adolescent condom use.
The
Yeah,
hardest part about that,
that's a
Mike,
shocker, isn't it?
Hey,
worst-
everybody, this is Reba McEntire.
I don't know how my
The
fingers
hardest thing
slip.
about that, Mike, is finding adolescent condoms. They're
Shut Shut up. Adolescent condom use across Europe. This is a European study.
Jerks, we fought them in a war and they lost.
They said an alarming decline could increase the risk of STDs, unintended pregnancies, and unsafe abortions in the region. The report by the World. Can you tell this subject is making me a little uncomfortable?
I'm not going to wear that condom. This is so bad if I can't feel it.
The report by the World Health Organization regional office for Europe was published last week. The study surveyed more than 242,000 15-year-olds across 42 countries and regions in Europe, Central Asia, and Canada between 2014 and 2022. Its findings showed that 20% of 15-year-old boys and 15% of 15-year-old girls reported having had relations in 20 that's in general. 20% of boys and 15% of girls.
Do you need to take a sip?
I'm sorry.
Reset.
I thought they were going to say
14.
without a condom. It's just overall how many
Mike,
people have
that's
sex.
not much. You know, your son is 11, isn't he?
But it also,
I will
crazy.
fly to Leesburg. Stop it.
but it also, this could also be a marketing article. They got to sell more condoms because the other stat is that adolescent sex is down 20% from previous years.
But
well,
to
maybe
be
in
fair,
the
they
United
mostly,
States, but in Europe, it says 20% of 15-year-olds and 15% of 15-year-old girls. And they said in 2022, that was a relatively stable proportion all the way since 2014. So it has stayed roughly where it stayed. So
they
that's,
did not
that's
survey kids in the theater department.
No worries there. Trust
Exactly.
me. Condom use has significantly declined between 2014 and 2022 from 70% to 61% among boys, from 63% to 57% among girls.
Yikes.
According to the report, the decrease is pervasive, spanning multiple countries and regions. Though some experience more dramatic reductions than others, the use of contraceptive pills has remained stable at around 26%. And the idea of sharing all of this information about 15-year-olds makes me just want to go,
You know who would be able to comment on that, Mike?
Who's that?
Is Sex Boy.
Sex boy. No, I don't have time.
Okay.
There's
Was
not
that your
enough
final
time.
story? Was
Thank
that
you.
your
That's
final
my
story?
That's my play the thing.
Can we have
for
Sex
Christ's
Boy
sake.
in next week, maybe?
Maybe he'll comment on that. Way too many buttons to push in order for me to bring
You see, Josh, Sex
God
Boy
damn
doesn't
it,
have
Rob.
sex. He just comments on it. He's knowledgeable, and he wants you to
hate
have
him
safe
today.
sex.
I
Today.
understand.
Hi, SB.
Condom use is down. Sex boy out.
Your
I
voice
thought-
has changed.
I thought Sex Boy showed up just to do the ad.
That's something else. Something else, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, not only am I drinking my coffee today, but I'm drinking my Liquid IV. It may be September, but it still gets hot, and you still need hydration. Liquid IV has refreshing flavors like popsicle, firecracker, and rainbow sherbet. That hit the spot when you need transformative relief. Indulge in hydration with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients from the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, and something I drink every day. Liquid IV. The secret is LIV Hydroscience,
Yes.
a science-backed formula that's an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients to turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Look, this is mine, unscientific, but I'm going to tell you this. If you knock back a Liquid IV before bed, too, I feel better when I wake up in the morning.
Of course.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, dear.
There's that Liquid IV.
We need to call Burp Boy.
We're ingesting a lot of products. on the
I have the
show
lemon
today.
lime today, Mike. I have the sugar-free lemon lime.
So do
and
I.
It's so good.
And I take the white peach to every baseball practice.
Oh, it's the best. The white peach is my fave.
Good stuff.
Clinically tested nutrients turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. We love them. We're so glad they're a sponsor. Check out 5 delicious sugar-free flavors. Raspberry, melon, rainbow sherbet, white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. The one Rob and I are drinking this morning. The return, also, of fan-favorite hydration multiplier, cotton candy. I don't think that one's sugar-free, is it? I don't think it is.
I don't
Is
think
it?
so.
I don't know whether it is or not.
I love
them
they've got
all.
it all on the website. You can find it there.
Very good.
The kids' version, I believe, is.
They're delicious. Love them dearly. Grab a variety pack. Tear, pour, live more. Indulgent hydration. Liquid IV. 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Thank you. Go get your Liquid IV. Do it this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
People think that because it's getting cooler, they don't need hydration. Fact is, you need it even more because you don't feel it. You need to stay ahead of the curve, Mike. Come on.
I have to say that, Rob Spiewak, yesterday you wanted to talk about either your wife getting scammed or Japan. Which do you want to talk about today?
Well, let's hold on to Japan because this is she didn't really get scammed.
I'm holding on to Japan.
Put it back.
I'm holding on to it. Go ahead.
Be careful if you get too excited on Facebook Marketplace. Now, have you ever done any browsing on Facebook Marketplace?
I got scammed on Facebook Marketplace. That thing I was telling you about was a total BS scam.
Was it? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, the shirts.
The shirts. I look. I put a stop on the credit card because
I've got not the best history with the.
But that's not
internet
what I think of
merchandise.
as Facebook Marketplace.
No, I know, but I mean, it was
Marketplace, I
scammed
think
on
of more-
Facebook. I found the ad on Facebook and I clicked on it, and now all I do is go to the tracking number, and I am currently with updates. I am on like 20 updates of different places it's been. It's BS. It's total BS.
Well,
It's
Marketplace is kind of like a targeted eBay that's in your neighborhood. You put in a zip code, and
I
then,
have a couch I listed on Facebook Marketplace this weekend.
Okay.
Well, you see,
right.
I think the
So I'm
seller
trying to
has
sell.
the seller has the advantage on the marketplace because, like, if I go into my Facebook Marketplace, there's lots of Elvis stuff, jukeboxes, records, and stuff like
I mean,
that.
stuff you're
However,
selling?
No, stuff that I've looked at before. It remembers what you look for, so it's targeted.
Do you ever find stuff on there and realize Carrie's listing your stuff?
You know,
Like,
she
that
did
looks familiar.
one time when we were on an extended road trip to Las Vegas. I believe it was during the first days of this podcast. I came home and some of my DVDs were missing. She thought I wouldn't notice. And she had sold my $6 Million Man complete set. She had sold my Get Smart complete set.
Way to go, Carrie.
Yeah, way to go. You know what that is?
Like
That's
you're
felony.
gonna like you need that $6 million man.
All right, I replaced the Get Smart though. That'll show her.
Did she make any money off the $6 million man box set?
Not more than he spent to buy a new box set.
Probably not. We probably took a small loss on it.
Sure.
But so, Carrie, we had for years in our kitchen is connected to like a family room. And our kitchen has like a little nook that's ideal for a small table, a kitchenette, if you will.
Okay.
And for years, we bought, I think on eBay, cheaply, a tall, like 4 foot by 4 foot bar table with 4 stools.
Okay.
And I always hated it because it was not as exceptionally well made and the chairs are too tall. You can't really be comfortable for any length of time on a high chair. So
Not certain people.
Mike, the 1% is not comfortable on top of that high chair. And so she
No,
finally
high
got
tops
rid
are
of
for fat people are a drag.
They are a drag. And also, I always felt weird, like setting the table if, God forbid, we had a guest, that to put them at a high top. I don't like that. So we got rid of it, and we had this big open space. And so she's been looking for a table. She said, you know what would be nice? I said, what? She says, let's turn that area into a sitting room. I said, that would not be nice. That would not
This
be
is in your
practical.
kitchen?
Yeah, it's like it's to the the kitchen is here opposite the family room, and then at the far end there's like a little nook.
who to me nailed the whole utilization of space thing for kitchens and stuff. The Europeans. They're the
Yes.
ones that I think created the bench seat in
Yep.
a corner, right? That doubled as a kitchen table seat,
Well,
right?
It's
I thought
funny you
that
should
was
bring
cool.
that. It's funny you should bring that up.
Okay.
Because we had an opportunity to get a couch and put it in there. I said, Carrie, we need a table. Do you know we have no place in our house to play cards if we want to play cards? And she says, well, that's not a big deal. I said, well, maybe not to you, but it is to me. Robert likes to sit down when he eats. I usually eat on the couch. But anyway, she finds a listing on Facebook Marketplace, and it's a beautiful table. And these people went over the top. It is a solid wood, very Scandinavian looking mid-century modern table. And they even did a video of the table that you can watch.
So they're going the extra mile to show you what
they
the
are,
product
and
is.
the deal was good. It was I'll say what it was. It was $175.
That's
and
incredible.
this is probably
for
a
any kind of
900
furniture. That's great.
This is probably a $900,000 table set because it came with 3 chairs and Mike a bench. This beautiful video.
That's a big deal. And the video looked really good, like brand new.
Oh my God, gorgeous. And so there's one scratch on it that I knew as a furniture guy I could fix with
Okay.
my set of pens, my
All right.
furniture magic markers. I said, Carrie, text this lady. She's in Reston, 20 miles away. Let's go see if we can get this today.
Okay.
We get there and we take both cars because I don't want to have to make 2 trips. I don't know if it's going to break down or whatever. So, I mean, not break down the car, but the furniture will be disassembled.
Right,
I
make
wanted
sure
You
to
don't know if
fit
the
it all.
furniture is going to break
Yeah.
down enough to be able to do
Yeah,
it in
so we
one
brought
car.
2 cars. So we're separate. We get there. Carrie gets to the door first, and I come up. She's already Venmoed the money to the lady, and the lady said, "Oh, look, I've already disassembled the table. So it's 36.
hinky.
No, that's fine by me because
Okay,
I was going to
all
have to do it anyway. I even brought a socket set.
Okay.
It's 60 inches by 36 inches with sort of a curved look.
Okay, all right,
The
get to
legs
the
are
point.
off it. It's perfect.
right.
So I start loading it in the car, and I get everything in, and they've completed the transaction with the Venmo. And Carrie says, "What about the chairs and the bench?" And the lady said, "Did you even read the listing?" And Carrie brought up the listing, and it says, "Table only." There's no chairs, and there's no bench. And she's already.
Okay, so-
not even offered for sale.
I offered. I said, "Can we buy them?" No, we're using them. And so we've already Venmoed the money, and I'm just like, fine, okay, sorry. And Carrie says, "I can't believe I didn't read the listing." Because the listing said, like all caps, table only. And
All right. So not a scam. I was expecting a scam out of this.
no, it was just
was-
be careful. And also, you know what? This got me out of the house on a day off, and I was not looking forward to moving furniture on this day. And also, I further knew that for the rest of the day, Carrie was going to be pissed. So the whole thing was
Well, I
a
mean, she
mess.
made the mistake, though, right?
She did. She did.
But you didn't read it either.
Well, Mike, she told me it was a table, 3 chairs, and a bench for that much money. I
But
said,
you didn't you read the listing?
She just sent me a picture of the table.
Oh, she didn't send you the whole listing.
No.
Is that really
So,
true?
Yes.
Or did she send you like a copy of the listing where you should have read it?
You know what? Let
So
me check.
is it now a search on Marketplace for chairs?
You have no idea. If I turn on any device in my house, it's just chairs. That's all they're showing us. And so right now the table is disassembled, sitting on cardboard in my
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.
There you go. All right, we got.
It is, Mike. Well, anyway, so just read your listings. But I really did feel bad when the lady just looked at me and said, "Did you even read the listing?" She's very bold now that she had the money. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Would she have given it back? Did you try to get it back? The
No,
money?
I did not because I was just too frustrated at that point. I was pissed.
God,
She
that
said-
must have been a fun drive home.
It was great. Lisa was alone.
Hey, remember the old days when you went shopping? You had to go to a different store for every single thing you wanted. I
Yes.
can't tell you how many times a young DJ named Mike O'Mara wasted an entire day at the mall. I went to JCPenney, Bath and Body Works, Mrs. Fields Cookies, had myself a nice big gooey chocolate chip.
Yes.
Hair Pear, the Rice Bowl. Whole afternoon, Chess King, Kent Mill Records. And of course, then after that, right outside, I went to Circuit City. Woo! Thank God times have changed, and everything you
have.
need can now be purchased. Everything at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Mugs,
Yes.
amazing shirts
Yep.
with new designs arriving daily, hats, coinage, and all the tickets, info, and merch for you to join us for
Coinage.
and all the tickets. I'm trying to sell the Vegas show. And all the tickets, info, and merch for you to join us for the Grand Reunion Las Vegas weekend. November 9th is right around the corner, 2 months away. So hurry up and support the show you love. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. Just click store at MikeO'MaraShow.com, the source for all things TMOS, official, authentic, and awesome. Thank you for all your support. And remember our motto, all I need is some tasty waves, some cool buds, and I'm fine.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Beautiful. All right, we start with video. Everyone knows that as you're surfing, there are influencers, there are models, there are professional athletes. You can get frustrated because online are the beautiful people. And all I can say is every now and then there is a lady who stops me in my tracks. And when she's talking about one of my favorite food items, that makes it even more special, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, no.
They're delicious. And if you had one, you would want another one. Amen to that.
Why don't we roll that one more time, Josh?
Please.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, my.
They're delicious. And if you had one, you would want another one.
Yeah, baby.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
There she is.
Mike,
That's
have
for
you ever on your dog pulled down his bottom lip and seen the teeth that are between the two canine teeth?
Doggy teeth.
Yeah,
Little
that's
dog
and also
teeth.
her complexion doesn't scream donuts, it screams gin. Yeah. She's got all those gin blossoms all over her face. Yeah, I suppose.
Wash the Krispy Kreme. They're delicious.
Mike,
hey,
you don't say amen to
1970s
that to your own comment either.
We had 1970s movies, and now we have a 1970s game show. Yes, another clip.
What?
Another dirty, naughty little clip from the Newlywed Game. Take a look at this,
you
everybody.
would complete this sentence. My husband is the first man I ever heard about who, what?
He lasts so long when he's being, romantic. He just keeps, he doesn't quit. He just keeps going. I really can turn him on. But he doesn't turn off. He laughs. He's got, he's thin, but he's strong.
Comment on Eubanks that makes him so great.
Yeah.
And this is something that they taught us in journalism class way back when at VCU. When someone is talking, let them talk. And he does. Because if you jump in,
100%.
You're going to stop them. And if you don't talk, they're going to feel the need to fill.
Yeah.
And that would have been funny 10 seconds in.
Right.
But the fact it went 30, it's hilarious, and it's because he shut up. That's perfect.
And that's what Steve Harvey's doing today.
Yes.
Yep.
He
right.
does the same thing, and that 70s hair rocks. We love our comedians on the Mike O'Mara Show.
We do?
Now, how about some wisdom from Jim Gaffigan? I don't play Jim Gaffigan very often, but I thought this was pretty funny. Take a look at
how they determine the best brain surgeon. Maybe there's a competition. America's Got Tumors. Heidi Klum thought it was the best. The best brain surgeon. Isn't it enough that someone's a brain surgeon? None of us could even get in med school. A brain surgeon goes to medical school, afterwards specializes in neurology, after that specializes in surgery of the brain, and we're like, yeah, but are they any good? Yeah, they're a brain surgeon. You know what they do with the bad brain surgeons? They don't let them become brain surgeons. Can you imagine the pressure on a brain surgeon? At no point during their workday can they say, hey, it ain't brain surgery. Because it's always brain surgery.
Pretty good stuff from him.
Yeah.
I have never been to a wedding where something in the ceremony really went sideways. I don't know if you guys
I thought you were
have.
going to say, I've never been to a wedding that wasn't my own.
Hold on just a second.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I've got it here.
We think of Rob as good Rob and bad Rob.
Hello, friend.
Thank
Please,
you.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
This one, I love this because
Okay.
the lady loses her S when the guy screws up. It's not a funny screw up, but her reaction is what makes this wedding fun. Take a peek.
I, Andrew Paul Daniel Engstrom.
I'm not putting it on the wrong way.
The ring.
Now he screws the line up.
I, Andrew Paul Daniel Engstrom.
I, Andrew Paul Daniel Engstrom.
Do take Melissa Renee Warren.
Do take Melissa Renee Warren.
To be my lawfully wedded wife.
To be my lawfully and pancakey.
Then she starts to lose it, and the mother's laughing.
I've been scared of this all my life.
Oh my God!
She's gone.
She's gone. Yeah.
She's stomping.
Just give her a second.
That's just a beautiful, beautiful moment, in my opinion.
How
It
long
really
do you think
was
that
great.
marriage lasted?
Oh God! I bet they're still married today, Rob Spiewak.
I'd say you're right. I would say you're
married
right.
today. That's an evil thought.
We think of Rob as good Rob and bad Rob.
Yes,
moving
of
right
course.
along, we reference a segment on the Tonight Show regularly. Some of those are 9-year-old animals, constantly,
great.
and people have told me, "What are you talking about?" And we played the audio of it, but we've never played the video for you. And this is when the consensus is that on the Tonight Show, when Ed was interrupting Johnny before they were going to bring out Joan Emery from the San Diego Zoo. I think it was Joan Emery they were bringing out.
Yeah, Joan Embry, yeah.
Ed may have had a few adult beverages before the show. And
I think actually, Mike, it's been confirmed since then that it was a client luncheon.
And he was looped.
Yeah,
but
he was looped.
When you see this video, you'll see Ed's face. He's got that kind of Irish loaded
puffy
look going on. But we reference this routinely because it is one of our, Rob and mine, favorite clips from the Tonight Show. Take a look at this right here.
7 or 8 years she's been appearing with us?
9 years.
About
9 years.
Right, yeah. Several plus several will be about 9.
You said 7 or 8.
No, I no, I didn't say 7 or 8. I said several.
Then you said 7 or 8, and I said
Did I?
9. Yes.
9. Good, thank you.
Some of the animals you had as babies are now 10 years old.
That would be about right.
Remember the animals that did something funny on your tie?
Yes.
Those little lions and little baby lions were 1 year old.
That's right.
They are now treacherous and ferocious 10-year-old animals.
Okay. Anyway, Joan Embry is here tonight.
And she's now 32.
That's right.
And then he takes a drink.
Joan is an animal handler and a trainer. And you really think you're fooling everybody, don't you?
No.
And she
I'm
also...
just here to do my best to help you.
I know that. And she does her 3 horse shows a day. Did you know that? At the animal park.
Boy.
What?
What an exciting idea.
Would you like an army cot or something? Maybe just to kind of catch up on a little little nappy poo? Just might snap you right out of it. Okay.
I love Joan. I'm the only one who went down to see Joan. Doc has never seen her. You've never seen her. I went to the wild animal
It's
farm.
all right. It's all right. It's okay.
But you're upsetting me. You're
No,
upsetting me.
I don't upset you.
I went down, Joan, and I
know
wrote
you
it.
did. That's all right.
Don't say.
Don't say.
I know her. I went down and...
Oh, I know you did. I know you went down there. And
I held a baby gorilla.
I couldn't go with you that week. You held a baby gorilla. Good, all right.
Good.
And let's get her out here quickly. Was you welcome?
There it is. That's what we reference
Mike,
on this show
as
on a
a
regular basis.
former drinker, can I make a couple comments about it?
Yes, go right ahead.
First of all, Johnny is brilliant because he's annoyed for about 30 seconds. Then he
Right.
starts mining it. Then he makes it for what it is.
Yep.
But the thing that is so obvious from a habitual drinker to another, Ed thinks he's killing it. Ed thinks he's doing great. When he did that line about it, he's now 32. He was ready to retire on that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say is that he loved it so much that when Joe Ardinger was board hopping for the Don and Mike show, I had to hide that tape because he would play it every other day. He really would. And I said, Joe, we all agree it's funny, but enough is enough. So I hid it in my desk.
That's awesome. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with some beautiful video, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Really, thank you for listening to the show. We truly, truly appreciate it. And before we get to our little segment about DermGlow, I want to remind you that we've got something special. It's our bonus archive. If you can't get enough of classic TMOS material, we have something just for you. Welcome to the TMOS Vault. Effective immediately, we are re-releasing over 400 bonus shows that have not been heard since they originally aired. These shows are exclusively available at youtube.com/Mike O'Mara Show. You can browse the playlists before you join to see all the hours of episodes. More than 400 are currently available. Thanks to that man at the bottom of your screen,
Josh.
ladies and gentlemen. The man that has been curating these for your entertainment and taking a trip down memory lane, Josh Roca. It's been quite a project, eh?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a little mix of dealing with the YouTube censorship, but uploading enough to get warnings from YouTube every day that I'm hitting my limit for uploads.
I love that.
So there's still more to go, but 400 up there so far.
Right. Now these, when they are the reason the censors, because of course these are uncensored commercial-free segments that he's uploading, and it's really like a TMOS time capsule. It is, and there are many more coming soon. When you sign up, you can revisit old shows, past studios, former cast members, so many shows from which to choose. So hurry and press the join button to purchase the Vault on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Mike O'Mara Show. Join today, and thank you for the memories. We really appreciate that, and we are very, very excited about
and people,
this.
we should know, I mean, you should know, these are video episodes. You get to see everything. It's not just like the audio. It's the whole deal. And if you were to go in and sample those episodes, you realize that's nearly 17 days of bonus shows.
Yeah,
if you
you
started,
can get some food, canned goods, take a cabin far away. Take a cabin, and I'm excited about it because it is a time capsule and shows the many incarnations of the show. It's really cool.
Fun because you see, besides different people in different studios, you see the two of you change.
Yes,
and you see Carla stop by and visit.
Yes,
I don't know that I've changed at all.
Not at all. Do you have some beautiful video for us now, Rob Spiewak?
I do, as a matter of fact. Let us go with. I've got to play the stage.
No, you don't.
Of course.
You really don't.
I don't.
No, you don't.
All right.
No, you don't.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
You threw me. You threw me a little bit.
Don't worry about that. How did I throw you?
Because I thought.
You thought I was going to do another commercial.
Yeah,
no.
that's all right. It's fine.
I chose not to.
This is very special to me because my mom, among many things, has perfect pitch. Meaning, if I were to just come up behind her and play a note on a piano, she would know what that note is. She could say like C.
I know what perfect pitch means.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I'm explaining to the listener. Well, there's a guy I think he's in California that also has perfect pitch, but he's taken it to the next level. His roommate is playing appliance sounds, and he's telling us what pitch they are, what the note, like your microwave plays.
Hey, Kevin, part 3, bro.
Dude, did you get that from my kitchen?
Yeah, I did. All right, what note is this microwave?
Let's see.
That was a B. What?
Now let's go put it back.
Kevin, what note is this vacuum? Ready?
It goes up to an A flat. A flat.
What note is this blow dryer?
It's fascinating.
It goes up to a D, but it's a little sharp.
Whoa! Kevin, what about this toaster?
Dude.
Toaster oven.
That's an A flat, but there's a bunch of frequencies that go like this, so it's like...
What note is the AC?
Oh, that's a low F.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, we're done.
Isn't that?
What?
Do you think it's legit?
I do. I do.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. The first one you could hear.
Yeah, I mean, he might hear what we're not hearing. I'm thinking
Right.
that, but which also means it's kind of difficult to
Which also
to
must
check the
mean
credibility of it.
A horrible way to go around life if you're thinking about what note everything you hear.
Oh
is.
my
I
God,
agree
boy.
with that.
Yeah, it really is amazing. Now the first one's a slam dunk, but
Yeah.
Right.
well, who knows? It's that's exciting. That's very,
I just
very
think that's
exciting.
really neat. I'm fascinated by music. Now, let's say you're a kid and you're maybe, I'm not going to say he's not the sharpest guy in town, but watch how close when this little guy, he looks like he might be a middle schooler. He's sitting in the backyard visiting some family in Aspen, and he's eating kettle corn as one does. Look how close this bear gets to him before he realizes there's a bear next to him. And even then, he only realizes it because his father yelled at the bear.
Yeah, Erica, well, they were spending the weekend with family in Aspen, and they have seen wildlife on the property at night, and they've even caught some bears on video before, but never in the afternoon like this. Now, take a look at this video here.
Okay,
It
here's
was
the boy
on
in the blue
Saturday
hat.
when this young man, Evan Schmagler, was enjoying some kettle corn he and his family had just gotten from the Aspen Farmers Market. Then all of a sudden, you can see on your screen just at the right there, this huge black bear came up behind him, sniffing the air, smelling that
kettle corn,
getting within almost a foot of the boy's head. Just look at that. His parents say he had no idea it was there until his uncle came out and chased the bear off.
He's digging the kettle corn. The kid's totally committed to the kettle
That
corn.
bear
That's
was
what that
14 inches. I mean, he would have heard like,
Yep.
but
Oh,
I
man, very
thank
scary.
goodness he's okay. I think that's great. Now, Mike, the Halloween lady is getting some grief because she sets up a huge Halloween display in her yard every year. And, well, she explains that she had to start early. And I just hate Halloween.
A woman in Fairfield puts
by the
together
way,
a free Halloween display in her yard.
I need you to look at these two anchors, Mike. This is known as the future and the past.
Oh, wow.
This poor lady in black, she has seen her better days.
No, I cannot. Come on, Rob. Come on.
Mike, I just,
God.
okay. She looks like William Holden in Network. Come on.
She does
At
not.
5:30, a woman in Fairfield puts together a free Halloween display in her yard every year for kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, she was pretty upset to find out that somebody went to the city and complained about how early she put it up this year.
So our Alexis Martin spoke with her to learn about the process of putting up that display.
Behind me, you can see just a small glimpse of the display in Marianne Peters' yard. She puts this up every year for Halloween. She says it takes her more than 100 hours.
That's
so
a
she
lie.
always has to start the second week of August. She says this year it was more important than ever she have that head start because her husband is battling cancer.
If I was disrupting somebody or, bothering people, I'm not. You could have came to me and said something like, hey,
Here's the sad
why?
part.
And I would have explained to them why I do it so early. People don't know what's going on in other people's lives.
Marianne Peters lives on Byberry Street in Fairfield. She says
It's a
for
crappy
7 years,
display.
She's been building and changing her Halloween display, Nightmare on Byberry Street, which is free for people to walk through and enjoy.
Every year, my friend here changes. This year, he's carrying a skeleton. Last year, it was a clown.
Okay, good for you.
A couple seconds.
I'm sorry, but Mike,
I have to question your judgment of the anchor. I think the anchor is a lovely woman. I
I'm not
truly do.
well,
and
but
I think
also
if she
it was
were
a
to walk
medium
into your
shot.
studio right now, you would be blabbering and uncomfortable due to her level of attractiveness.
I think if she was wheeled into my studio, I might, yes.
Or she might belong out on that display.
Yeah, she might have.
Both of you. What the hell's wrong with you two? We got to get out of here. I've
got
you have
one
one more
more
for us. Come
I
on
do.
now. I don't want to
And this
argue
is-
about anchor ladies.
Okay, no, but Mike, no big Halloween displays in September. Thank you. This guy pops up on my TikTok feed all the time, and I clicked like, so now I see him all the time. And I said, what is it that's with him? And I realized he is a doppelganger for one of our show regulars.
Okay.
I think you will enjoy this. He's a bartender. He does little skits. His hashtag is Who's Next? And these are things that he encounters as a bartender. He's very funny, but tell me if he reminds you of anybody.
4 green tea shots. There you go, gentlemen. Actually, I need 5. Actually, you need 4. Who's next? Surprise me. Surprise, it's a Miller Lite. Who's next? Hey, I'm trying to order. Yes. What'd you want? Actually, give me 2 more minutes. Now you get 20 minutes. Who's next? What specialty cocktail do you recommend? Blood orange martini. What about the watermelon one? Don't love it. I'm gonna do that. Next time, don't ask, okay? There you go. Yeah, can I get one more shot? This one's on me. Oh, why's that? Because it's water. Who's next? I'll do the frozen margarita. No frozen drinks. What's the blender for? Who's next?
Don't you think he looks like Josh?
Hold on. Josh? Oh,
Yes.
I was either going to say Zoolander, Dan O'Brien. I was not even going to say Josh
I think he looks
Soroka.
like Josh.
Let me, all right, we'll put Josh back up on camera. Let's take a peek at Josh. Nope. No,
Really?
more Dan O'Brien. More Dan O'Brien, I think.
I think it's well, maybe if you,
No,
maybe you're
I
not.
don't either.
Maybe if he was wearing those glasses, new guy.
That's two. That's two. We'd have to, have the debate show with the anchor lady and Josh Soroka.
I don't think the anchor lady looks like Josh at all.
Our
I think
thanks
just
to
as much as that guy.
Nicholas Diamond for coming on the show. We appreciate that, Nikki. A great football season. Josh, good luck to your Baltimore Ravens tonight with the first game of the season. And we will be back with a brand new bonus episode tomorrow on the Mike O'Mara Show. And check out the archives on our YouTube channel if you get a chance.
Yes.
They're absolutely amazing. And Josh has been putting a lot of time into our time capsule, which is really amazing. We'll be back with a bonus show tomorrow for Josh Soroka and and Rob Spiewak. Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Aloha.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
I'm over here now. Mike O'Mara, radio entertainment.
We think of Rob as good Rob and bad Rob.
So what do you want me to do? Drop my pants and fire a rocket?